Good afternoon. I have a few projects today, just like any other day. This is Rachel from Infused Meadows. So I need to make mayonnaise, and I thought, why not show that? Not everybody makes their own mayonnaise or even knows how. So my mayonnaise does not contain mustard. I don't like adding mustard to it because, I don't know, if I'm making potato salad or egg salad, I want to be able to control the mustard that's going into my food for the right kind of flavor. And if the mustard is already in the mayonnaise, it makes it a little difficult, to adjust that because it's already in there, and then you end up with either too much of a mustard flavor or, well, basically too much of a mustard flavor, or you just don't add any, and then you can't get that nice creamy taste that you're after with the right combination. So my mayonnaise, no mustard. Alright, I'm making a double batch because I also need to make a burger sauce, and I'll make that next, and I plan to do a video for that so you can see that. So all you need to do if you want to make this in a single is literally take everything I'm telling you and cut it in half. That's it. So I like to start with my lemon juice. To this jar, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So if you're only doing one single batch, you only need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. So in goes 1. Before I even make sure I've got this one open and ready to go. Just in case. So almost, so close. Two tablespoons of lemon juice. This goes for this one. That is my doorbell sound if you hear it. Just notification. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm going to set that aside. Next is our salt. For this, I actually prefer, it's a Celtic sea salt. I just feel like it adds just a little bit more flavor. So 1 teaspoon, because to a regular, you're just going to add half a teaspoon. I'm going to set that aside. And then next we have white vinegar. It is the 5% acidity, just white vinegar. To this I'm going to add 2 teaspoons, again double batch, so you would only add 1 teaspoon. And I just put mine in a little jar and leave it here because I use it for a lot of things. Okay, so in this so far we have our lemon juice, our vinegar, and our salt. Next I'm going to add my oil. So if you're using a US measure cup, we do 8 ounces, and then there's always that little notch above it. You actually want to go to the top notch. So for a double batch, you're going to go all the way up to 500 ml instead of the usual top notch, which I think is like 225. Is that right? 250. Sorry, 250. I can't math today. It's been a day. It's not even 12 o'clock. Anyway, so we're going to pour this in. Now, I'm a kind of a fanatic about things. I don't like to leave anything behind if I can avoid it. So, I'm going to get all out, as much of the oil out as possible. Okay, speaking of oil, I'm just using regular oil. This is, it's my choice. A lot of people will tell you to use olive oil. You use whatever you like. As I've said in another video, my husband and I have found that olive oil, for whatever reason, gives us indigestion, heartburn. I don't care for that. So I've worked out that just regular non-flavored oil works best. So if you want to use avocado oil, use avocado oil. You want to do half olive, half non-flavored oil, go right ahead. You want to do full non-flavored oil, go ahead. It's your mayonnaise. You find what works for your taste and go from there. You're going to drop in 2 eggs. 1 if you're only making a single batch. So You got your eggs. I have a paper towel. You can probably just see the corner of it. I don't just lay things willy-nilly on my counter, so just saying. All right, next, immersion blender. You're going to go in with your immersion blender. And what you want to do is you're going to take this all the way to the bottom. Make sure that you're plugged in. That helps. And then I like to go on low. You're going to hold this down here for a couple seconds. You'll notice it turn white, and then you'll slowly bring your immersion blender up. I have to hold the jar. I apologize. And done. I move it up and down so that any of the oil that's stuck on the top comes down, gets into the immersion blender, and whips in. And then from there, just clean it off. I don't know if you can see. I apologize for that sound. I figured you would rather see than not, because how can you teach if you can't see what's happening? So, it is what it is. Alright. Okay. Mayonnaise. Obviously, I will give this just a bit of a stir just to make sure that it's nice and combined. No oil on the top, that I don't see any oil trapped down at the bottom, which I do not. And you can taste this. You may want to add more salt. I go on the light end compared to a lot of people. I'm not that big on salt in everything. I personally think it tastes delicious. But give it a try. See what you think. Hopefully you like it. And as always, have a wonderful day.